Welcome to the Brand Marketing Podcast, where we talk to local superheroes and hear how they got their start, overcame obstacles, and used social media to achieve their marketing goals. Here's this week's episode.
Welcome to the Brand Marketing Podcast. This is Cas Thompson, and today we have on Miss Crystal Davis of Beautiful Exchange. How you doing, Miss Crystal?
I am doing wonderful. Hello and welcome, listening viewers.
There you go. Appreciative just having you on. So Miss Crystal Davis has been in my circle now for a couple years. We've met through some, just mutual community members that we have in common. I've always wanted to get her on just to hear more about, what she does in the community. So again, very happy to have you on, Miss Crystal. So tell us a little bit about the Beautiful Exchange.
Well, the Beautiful Exchange experience actually was birthed in 2017. It was something that the Lord gave me one morning about 3:30 in the morning. I really did not push it forward, Cass, until 2019. I did establish it, go through the Secretary of State, do all of the necessary steps. But because my story was not unique within itself, but was one that came with shame that I was wearing, I did not necessarily walk in the call of Beautiful Exchange until about 2019 when I started to mentor youth, which is what Beautiful Exchange really is. We stand on the scriptural foundational scripture of Isaiah 61:3, where God will give you beauty for ashes. And what it was birthed to do is to mentor young women ages 12 to 24 who have gone through traumatic experience, giving them strategies and tools in order to overcome the trauma of the past and still triumph in victory, actually just helping them to learn to gather their pearls and wear them well. So that is where it was birthed from in 2017. But again, I really didn't push it until 2019.
Gotcha. And where did you get that passion to want to help that group of young ladies? Was it something that you personally witnessed, gone through? And you don't have to get too personal, but what called you to find that unique group, said that, hey, you know what, we're charged with helping them out?
A little bit about myself is that God called me to it because I've gone through it. I'm a firm believer that we really have to have gone through the things that we are charged to help other people through so that we can understand them. And coming from a broken background as a child, I'm experiencing traumas in different and various aspects of my life from a child growing up in poverty and different things of that nature. God has called me to those individuals because many of them, especially the young ladies, dealing with trafficking and different things like that, due to some of the traumas of my life. That was something I aspired to do because I wanted to have control of my own life. And so praise God, I didn't get to go that route. However, he has given me the strength and the necessary tools to help those that I grew up with, that I saw take that route, those that became drug addicts. And I was a high school dropout and a lot of different things. And so I believe that none of our stories are unique. And God specifically said to me, Crystal, your story was never, because I was smart, let me say that, had scholarships and all. And my senior year, actually, I dropped out of high school because I was a teenage mother. And so, but in that, I felt like a failure. There was shame and all of those things that come with that, right? Especially when you don't have that support and you come from the project where the statistic is greater against you than it is for you, right? And so God has groomed me and allowed me to walk through the valleys so that I can help people out of that particular space in their life. And it simply all comes from the journey that I've journeyed through and that I've been triumphant over, and just helping those individuals do the same.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how do people usually, when I say people, your target audience, the people that need help the most, how do they find you and how do you connect with them? What's the easiest way if either I'm a young lady, I'm having these types of challenges, or even if I have the challenges and I don't recognize them themselves, how do you guys make the connection?
I usually send out my information to organizations, but if someone wants to speak with me on an individual basis, I do one-on-one coaching. I'm a certified coach, psychology, mindset, all of those good things, as well as a certified trainer through the government in different aspects to help navigate and create those strategies that one needs. They would simply just reach out to me via my email, which is connect@crystalcdavis.com. And that is again, connect, CONNECT at Crystal, CRYSTALC Davis, DAVIS.com, or by phone at 678-551-4754.
Right. Awesome. I appreciate you giving us that information. We definitely want people to reach out if they do need help. So let's talk about some of the struggles as, a business owner, a woman that's in the street, helping as many people as possible. Before the show even started, we talked about some of the struggles that we've been having. So let's talk publicly, if you don't mind, about, how difficult it is, one, running a business, staying organized, and how we push through that in order to meet our goals.
Excellent question, Cass, because as you know, when you and I met and we had our consultation, that was my thing. I felt overwhelmed I knew God gave me the charge, but
right.
As far as systems and funnels and things of that nature, that was not my forte. I am a speaker by trade. I am a coach by trade. I can help everybody through everything, admin, good. But when it came to those funnels, those was the most difficult. And learning social media and how to reach your target audience, something I still have not mastered to this day. But I put what I think it is you have to put forth the effort still. And that's something that you would say in some of the sessions that we would have. It's like, Crystal, just do what you can, put it out there, try this, try that. And I became stagnant and overwhelmed as a business owner, thinking, because God, I didn't say this, but he had me leave my government job. That was my cushion job. I had been there for almost 15 years. And he was like, it's time to go. I need you to go out and do what I called you to do.
Right.
And I thought to myself, I cannot do that. But I did it. I did leave, and he has not seen me forsaken or beg bread. But the point still remains is I was like, this is a struggle, which is how you and I met, because I was struggling to not only be vulnerable in a space where I can speak to young ladies and share my story and not feel ashamed, but also having to do it and not know how to create and connect on IG, Facebook, now TikTok, and so many other platforms. It's still something that I wrestle with, but I do it anyway.
There you go. You got to. So the one thing that you mentioned is that you have to get out, you have to try. It's a nonstop journey, right? So these are just some points that I've took down, and it doesn't stop, right? So you have to continuously learn. But you've also done a good job in the community offline. So one of the things that we do teach is social media marketing, but social media marketing encompasses just marketing overall, just getting your own value out there, your purpose out there, and you do a good job of being in the community. So for everybody that's listening that is struggling on social media, what are one or two things that a coach, an author can do in the community to get their brand out there, if you could help them?
Yes. One thing that I've done is I volunteer. I go to the organizations that cater to the demographic of individuals that I am called to. And I go and I register and I volunteer. I become a consistent volunteer. I also advocate in the community for such organizations. I put my name on things. I walk with them. I do the things that they're doing in the community. I partner with schools because I am tackling mainly young adults and things like that. I make sure that when there's events and networking events, I attend those. I come prepared with my information. I come prepared to give my elevator pitch. I come prepared. You hear me keep saying prepared?
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I come prepared to share, because we only get that one time, and we don't get sometimes a second chance to meet those people in the room. When I walk in, I'm present without opening my mouth. I'm there. People understand that I'm there, and I engage with people from various and diverse backgrounds, getting them to understand, because what I've learned in this networking arena, Cass, is that it's not always about who can connect you to somebody. It's just about service. And that is who Absolutely. I am. I'm a servant at heart. I serve well, church, in the community, wherever. I understand that I was created to serve first. And when I serve others, everything that I need seemingly comes my way. It's just by way of service.
Absolutely. It just falls into place. So you hit on a couple of key things that I love. You talked about being prepared, right? You talked about being present. So when you do show up, you're present, and that's super important. And then the key word that I hit on too was, once you're present, you're also engaged. So once you're in the networking event or in the school, in the community, you have to show up with all these things ready, and people look at you in a different light. So I know that you've been going through your journey, but I'm sure you have mentors, people that you tap into, right, to learn and to constantly grow. Who are 2 or 3 of your mentors, either in real life, people you've met, celebrities, authors? Who are 2 or 3 people that keep you charged, and what have you learned in the process to keep you going?
Oh, let me tell you, I am a part of various prayer groups. For one, I
Okay.
stay in communication with God, and then He has led me to people such as, and I'm not sure if you know her, but Chanel E. Martin, who is one of Forbes
Mhm.
40 under 40. She is someone that I work with as a coach. I help coach through her business, Beyond the Book Media.
Nice.
I also have a prayer warrior in my friend Destiny Thomas, who is known as the Prayerpist, and she helps walk me through and navigate things. And when I'm in a place of stuck, she can always walk me through some things. And then I have, I know you know Miss Tamari Scott. She's
I do.
always
Yep.
pulling me in when
Right.
there's something going on. She makes sure that she speaks my name in a room when there's an opportunity. And so there's so many other individuals as well, but those are the three. And then I want to give my girlfriend Tamiria a little shout out. She is one that comes, and what I love about her is she understands that being organized and the strategies of the back end is not necessarily my forte, but she
Right.
ensures that when I have something, I can come to her and she shows me step by step how to get it done. And so there again are many, but those are the ones that I would love to highlight right now, is that those individuals, one as a mentor, one coaching, and we need those, Cass. Even in
Oh,
business, you
absolutely.
need somebody. A mentor and a coach are two different things, and so you need those individuals. You also need people who believe in what you carry, believe in the vision in which is before you, that will help you when the naysayers come, because they are there, and those
Right.
that will encourage you to keep pushing forward because you're necessary and you're needed. So yes.
There you go. So, how do you handle those naysayers? Because there's a lot out there. So, we have a group of mentors and coaches, and they're holding you accountable. They know what your weaknesses are. They know what your strengths are. They're helping you. But a lot of people, especially online, sometimes we want to put stuff out, and one of our biggest blockers are, "Hey, what are people going to say about me?" Or it's easy to get caught up, even though we shouldn't. What are some of the things that you do to handle what your purpose is and put that first, and not worry about the naysayers?
Well, it took me a moment to get here, Cass, but what
Of
I have
course.
learned to do is to sit with myself, know, and I write out my vision and my mission according to what the Lord has given me, and then I work that. Now there are naysayers, and they may not necessarily be people on the outside. It can very well be people in close proximity to you. And
Right.
learning how to have tunnel vision in this season has helped me to stay focused on the goals. And another thing, Cass, is write the goals out, because if you just got them in your head, if somebody says it's not going to work, you will very easily put it down. But when you have it before you, where you can see it, you're more apt to complete the thing. And also just knowing who is in your circle, being
Right.
willing to release people at any given moment, understanding that they are a barrier or distraction. And I'm telling people, if you're not a destiny helper, then you can't be a destiny distractor. And
Love it.
being okay with, you may have to walk this journey alone. And that is okay. Because
Love it.
when you're strengthening yourself, the ones that come, that you'll know that they are there for purpose. And I think that when you set clear boundaries with people, that this is it. I do appreciate your thoughts and all of that, but nonetheless, it wasn't a conference call. It was a
Right.
one-on-one call, and I have to be about that, because at the end of the day, I have to answer for the assignments that I've been given.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Miss Crystal Davis, I appreciate you being on. I want to actually help out our audience. What's next for the Beautiful Exchange? What's coming up? What should we tap into? What's the easiest way to get in touch with you? I know you gave us the email address and the phone number before, but do you have any projects that you want to put out there that you would like our audience to participate in?
Yes, myself and two others, we are working on the pouring room. We'll be coming from the place of hope, faith, and love in June.
Love
In
it.
May, I'll be walking and working on and getting out this hope initiative that God has given me, because so many people are lost and just feel like this is the end. I can't do anything. And I am truly a hope restorer, one that gives a perspective from a different lens. And so I'll be
Right.
having some webinars and things so people can follow me on I Am Crystal C. Davis, and catch everything that I'm about to do. I'll be dropping everything tomorrow for the most part. And then I have a book that's coming out at the end of May, beginning of June, and it is called
Love it.
Fragile Freedom. And it is just a snippet of my journey from childhood through about my 20s. And then I'm working on my final book that will take you from 20 to where I am now in this stable place.
Love it. Miss Crystal Davis of the Beautiful Exchange, you're doing fantastic things. I'm glad and happy and just grateful that you're able to be on listening, not just listening in, but actually tapping into our audience, giving them some words of hope. I like how you openly talked about the struggle and where you are going now and who you're helping in the community. So thanks for being on again. Thank you again. Have a good night.
Thank you. You do the same. Good night, everyone.
Thanks for listening. The Brand Marketing Podcast is produced by Gladmash. To get access to more brand marketing tips, visit www.brandmarketingblueprint.com.